Project Solutions, a modern engineering and construction firm, embracing technology, establishing industry-leading systems and processes, and delivering reliable results to our customers. At Keene, we are passionate about inspiring our team and our customers to achieve great things, offering the highest quality services as an industrial contractor to deliver turnkey projects. Our core beliefs drive us forward. Protect people, build relationships, drive innovation, and focus on end goals, bringing our customers' desired results to life. See how Keene can work for you at thinkdifferent.thinkkeene.com.
He's the prime cut passer from behind the meat counter. It's Fairway Frank. And introducing a 6'3" center who's a cut above the rest. Say hello to Audie Crooks.
All right, we're watching Audie Crooks right now. We are here in the bowels. What is this arena called?
Pfizer Forum.
Pfizer Forum. There we go.
Not Pfizer, but Pfizerv. It might as well be Pfizer.
Oh, so it's not the pharmaceutical company.
No, it's not. Nor Marcus Pfizer either.
Well, we're watching this Iowa State women's game, just like all of you, and getting a little bit antsy back here.
Going for the lead here on a layup. 9 minutes left still.
Call it timeout, Bill. You need a timeout right now. Calm everybody down. Welcome to the pregame. It should be illegal to have this game going on right before the men tip off yeah, that's a hold. Get off of her, 5.
She's complaining about it too.
We're again, I'm not focused on Lipscomb right now, Rob, because I'm focused on the ladies' game that's happening over in South Bend. But we will break it all down for you. The tip-off coming up here in just under 30 minutes in Milwaukee. We are presented by our friends at Country Landscapes, Central States Roofing, Fairway Meat and Grocery, and Keene Project Solutions, where Rob's brother-in-law works.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, Jeff. Shout out to him.
All right, Jeff. Love you, man. Shout out to you. Legit, though, it's going to be the Country Landscapes thing. You better get those lawns going, everybody, because it's that time of year. And you can do the old grilling season, baby, with Fairway. And then it's going to be raining, and you're probably going to have a leak in your roof. And that's when you call our friends at Central States Roofing. We tie it all together here at Cyclone Fanatic. Addie Brown at the free throw line. Good. Okay, so Lipscomb.
The Bisons.
Yeah, what do we know about this nickname situation? Because it's very odd, because I thought Bison was plural.
I think it is. This is like their version of changing the pronunciation to Bison, like NDSU does, North Dakota State. They've decided to go Bisons. It's like, I'm trying to think of it. I'm not even going to make a comparison. I believe Bison is just the whole breed. It's the whole genus, or whatever you want to call it.
Both coaches yesterday stressed the importance of the start to this basketball game today. I thought Lipscomb's coach made he basically said we can't mimic what Iowa State does with our scout team. Sure. Like, we just can't do it. So, and we haven't seen anything like it. So he said he was concerned about the first 10 minutes of this game. And Otzelberger has more or less said the same thing, because their big thing against a team like Lipscomb that doesn't they don't see this type of pressure. They don't see this type of athleticism, none of that very often. You want to knock them out early. Yeah. And so, I guess the moral to all this is, man, I really don't want to be in a spot where it's a 3-point lead at halftime. Like, this is a game where the Cyclones need to get out and run.
No doubt. And then, of course, you see what happens if it is a tight game at halftime. Then you see all the other fan bases that are coming in rooting for the underdog, right? Bison's, it's an interesting matchup because they play at such a slow pace. I think they're mid-250s in Ken Palm. I think that's one of the reasons they turn it over so little, 9.5 per game, 14th nationally. But again, they haven't faced this type of pressure. Even Kentucky and Arkansas in the preseason, very early on, they don't play defense the way that Iowa State does. Maybe Kentucky at times a little bit more. So if you do what you do, and I know that TJ's probably going to try to come out and do the impose your will, a lot of hard doubles, try trap them, force those turnovers early, then you get in Lipscomb's head, and very good 3-point shooting team maybe struggles a little bit. But boy, if you let them get in their rhythm, if they can evade that pressure, then they get open looks. And if they knock down some early threes, then you're looking at, okay, we might be in this for the long haul. You want to avoid that for sure.
Also one of the elite free throw shooting teams in the country. Yep. Multiple guys on this team are in the 90 percentile, so you really want to avoid foul trouble on the other end. If you can get them into foul trouble, they only go 6 deep. They'll go 7, but the 7th guy doesn't play much. And then it's also notable. So Iowa State is down Keyshawn Gilbert. Lipscomb is down their starting center. He is out for the rest of the season as well. They lost him a couple of weeks ago. So Iowa State doesn't have as much depth as it did a month ago, but to me, I'm watching that because how is this game officiated today? That with a lot of these Big 12 teams, specifically Iowa State, Houston, that dictates a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, then you look at it's another game where the bigs are going to be big for Iowa State. I mean, Joshua Jefferson, the way he's been playing, great. Deshaun Jackson's playing his best ball since December, I think. Obviously against better competition than they were at that time, most of that time. And Brant Chatfield, if he can get on the offensive glass, because Lipscomb's a pretty good team in that area as well, preventing teams from hoarding offensive rebounds. You've got a real chance to take advantage of them inside, and then all those open looks come for Curtis Jones. We'll see how much we get out of Taman Lipsy today, but everyone else, you got to get that inside game going first, I think.
I have some people watching on YouTube right now who are asking about Taman's health. We had a lot of coverage of that yesterday. He told me with a camera in his face north of 80%. So, and then I asked him, I go, what's the worst you've played at?
Yeah.
And he said, I've played a lot of my career at around 60%.
Yeah.
So, listen, to me, the Iowa State offense, I think, is fine. The minus Gilbert, it terrifies me seeing North Carolina and R.J. Davis without Gilbert, but we'll figure that out if it happens. But my thing with Lipsy's injury is how is he defensively? Is he able to move? Is he able to be I've always compared him? He's like a lockdown corner in football, and if he can still be that guy, I really like Iowa State's chances today. I think they could win big, but again, was just this Lipscomb team. They're so good at one thing, and that's what always scares you when you get into these March games. Because if they go out and hit 12 threes and they could do that, this Iowa State team is ripe for an upset, I think, after what we've seen over the last month.
Yeah, no question. Now, with the caveat that they're doing it against, no offense, Atlantic Sun competition.
Exactly. That's why I said Taman's defense is the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, where they can dictate pace, where they can get more open looks. The closeouts aren't as strong. The athletes aren't as good necessarily top to bottom. So if Iowa State plays the way it plays, like I said, Taman, a lockdown corner is a good call because deflections, right? I mean, how many times, the tip outs, all those things on both ends of the floor. If he is physically feeling pretty good relative to how he always feels, absolutely. Key to the game in addition to making sure you attack the paint and do a lot of damage in there.
So you're going to pick Iowa State to win this one?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if they cover. It's open at 14.5. I don't know what action changed it. But I think chance to be dicey at times early, but I think they should be able to extend it past 2 possessions and be able to fairly comfortably win this one minimum.
Women are getting into a dicey spot here. Down 5-7 to go. I would love to see a score chart over the last 10 minutes of this game. I feel like there's got to be a pretty significant Michigan run that this is on. And, again, I've been able to loosely watch it as we're here preparing to do our show and getting on the air. But
possession for the second.
Yeah, they got to stop the bleeding here. Really feels like this game could get away from them. If not, there's Audie in the paint. Turn around. Good.
Got it. That was a good set because Addie was free, too, cutting toward the basket, but just Audie was open on the interior bounce pass.
What a contrast, too. Connor wrote a good piece about this yesterday, about how that Princeton team is one of the slowest teams in the country in terms of tempo. And then you go to Michigan that plays like a top 10 number of tempo. And I kind of thought that Bill would do what they're doing. I mean, that God, you got to play better defense than that. You got to move your feet, ladies. Let's go. Yeah, I don't like the way this is trending. I hope that they prove me wrong, but it feels like Michigan is taking control of this game. I like Iowa State the most when Addie Brown is really in control. Yeah. Like, I just think that was just a good play by 11. Addie got off of her feet.
Yeah, mismatch with no help.
I think as this program goes forward and you look into next year in the kind of the maturation of this team in the post-Emily Ryan era, I mean, I would just love to see Addie Brown running the show. Like, maybe not a true point guard, but use her a lot like, you've seen these stretch fours. And this is getting bad now. They're down 7 at the 6-minute mark. So there's going to have to be something special happen in South Bend.
Emily Ryan. The Emily Ryan factor is going to have to kick in here. She's made a couple of big plays end of the third quarter. We'll see what she gets going here. But Michigan's playing with, was Sydney Harris there? Or was it AJ?
That was Harris.
There, yep. 47% three-point shooter recently. So there you go. Back to 4. I'm sure the Cyclone fans at South Bend are energized now.
All right. We're going to call this quits because we need to get out to cover our game. Connor is covering this game right now in South Bend. Good rebound, Addie. And then we'll have Leah and Chelsea pop it on here right after this game. Just a lot going on today. Jacqueline's in Philadelphia.
AJ for 3. 1-point game.
I don't want to turn this off. I just want to sit here and watch the game with the people, but I feel like we got to get out there.
We have to get
All right. Yeah, let's go. All right. Hopefully they close this one out. Hopefully this is a very joyous day. Damn it.
Michigan 3. Still 4-point game, 4.5. 4:40 left.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks to our great sponsors, Keene, Country Landscape, Fairway, and Central States Roofing. Back after the game. Later.